Welcome to a new episode. In today's episode, we're going to talk about stellium spirits or stellium, which is mullet spelled backwards. Stellium is part of the barrel bourbon family. One fun fact about it is the same people that actually have barrel bourbon are also the same team that work on stellium. Now, barrel, if you have ever had barrel, has some amazing older stocks and a lot of amazing older barrel picks. Think about having this team of people that you're working with, and you realize you have some older stock, but you also have some new stock, and you have this amazing blender that is part of your team. And you say, dude, why don't you just take your part and just blend these barrels and try to bring some flavor in? And they did a play on it, which is mullet, turn backward, which is stellium spirits. I love stellium because barrel can be quite expensive as a whiskey, and if you can afford $300 whiskey, you still have the equivalent of the same quality, but just a little younger approach to whiskey that you can have and that you can enjoy. So this year, the last month, Stellium came up with two interesting spirit. The Equinox bourbon, the bourbon, that was the Equinox blend, and a rye, that is the Fibonacci blend. I'm still trying to understand the reasoning behind it, because they didn't put a lot of details on the bottle about what exactly this is. In the sense of, when you really look at it, it's more like this release of Stellium Rye celebrate the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers. Each sum is the previous of the two. Each the sum of the previous two numbers. 6 separate rye blend were combined in accordance with this sequence. So I think they're playing on I'm a nerd. I understand the Fibonacci sequence, which if you look for it, it's pretty much, a number is a sum of the previous two, right? So 1, 2, and then the Fibonacci number will be the next sequence will be 4. So I'm assuming they took some rye barrels that kind of created the Fibonacci sequence to blend to give you this taste that you have. This Fibonacci blend comes at 57.56% ABV, which is 115.12, which really doesn't. I wish they created this sequence that actually work well with the Fibonacci, but oh well. I've poured myself one, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about it. The color right here is pretty light. I pour heavy pour. It's pretty light, not really dark. I'm going to assume these barrels are not over 6 years old. These are rye, so I'm assuming they're about between 4 and 5 years old. But I let it sit for a little bit. This is a high proof bourbon. High proof rye. I'm sorry. The ethanol on this is, whoa. It hits you right away. Pretty strong on the ethanol size. So let me see here. Let me reset my nose and just get into it. On the nose, you get faint herbal, black tea, a little bit of lavender and baking spice. Yeah, very just spicy on the nose. Nothing really pungent, but the ethanol is still quite strong there. Okay, first sip. Very, very light. very light. You don't get those, what I like, dark cherry notes that comes with more like very like citrusy. It's like get like a splash of citrus and green tea herbalness that comes in, but very, very citrusy, like bright, very bright. The spiciness comes at the end of your palate. It is not chewy at all. In the mid palate, you get those very herbaceous, very like drinking some black tea, like very herbaceous notes. On the front, when you have it in your mouth right away, it's like a bright spray, like somebody sprayed some cuties, some mandarin and citrus right on the front. But in the middle, very, very tart and herbaceous, like very herbal. Is actually a good. I don't usually drink rye during the summer, but I can see myself drinking this rye during the summer because it's so bright. It's not very heavy on a dark note, on a spice note at all. It's probably the perfect rye for the summer. So, and the finish doesn't stay. It's just subtle and it stops and you want to have a little bit more. Truly. It's just not an aggressive rye at all. So when I saw the Fibonacci blend, I was expecting more of like a gradual type of taste. But I understand now that is more had to do with the barrels. But we'll take one more sip. Mm. I love the beginning of this rye. Those beautiful citrusy note that just hits you left and right. Midway is like, I don't know. I don't like black tea. But at the end, it's just very herbal. So if you're somebody who would like the herbal notes, like major herbal notes on rye, this is the rye for you. But if you actually are looking for a rye for the summer, I think this rye is a rye for the summer. It's very bright, very citrusy, not even annoying at all. Like most rye just stay on your chest, kind of lingers around. Nope, not this one. So, if you're here, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys coming every time and watching a new episode. This was Stellium, the Fibonacci blend of the rye. There's also the bourbon. Let me know if you ever had any Stellium, if it's a barrel pick or if it was one of the latest release that are there. But anyway, compare it to the barrel. See what the difference is there. If you know me, I'm not a rye guy, but I like this. I think it's just fabulous. It's very light. It's good for the summer, and I hope you get a chance to try it. If you have any question, as always, reach out, ask questions, and we are here to answer. See you next time.